Okay guys, if you've gotten to this point, I want you to pause the video. If you haven't gotten one from the sub yet, you need a packet. It's 2 pages stapled together, and the first page has this table on it. Let me write. Has this table on it, and the back has a wheel. Cut those out and glue them. This one's going to go on page 50. The other one's going to go on 51. Again, let me say it one more time. A packet with this chart and another need to be cut out and glued. This one goes on 50, and the other one goes on 51. Okay, once you finish that, you're going to need to grab a yellow, a green, and like a pink color. I would suggest you get color pencils and not a marker, so you can still read. We're going to be coloring over stuff, and they're going to overlap. So the more colors you add, the darker it's going to get, and the kind of muddier the box will get. If you're using a marker, you probably can't even see into it. Alright, so, pause, take a break, whatever you need to do, get those supplies, get it done. Once you've got it glued in and you're ready to go, press play. I'm going to assume that you finished, and now I'm going to start with the notes. Above the box, you need to be able to write these 2 lines, or 4 lines. This is a codon chart. What you've just glued in is a codon chart. A codon chart is a chart that maps out specific amino acids that matches with specific codons. So they figured out they've gone through all the combinations and all the sequences, and they've realized that some of them code for the same thing, and they've been able to group them and organize them in a way that it's easy for us to figure out. So they've done all the hard work. Now we just have to learn how to use this information and understand what's going on. Okay? So what I did was I gave you an example. UAG. We're all going to do that one together. Oh, one other thing. This one on page 50 is a table format. Obviously, it's called that because it looks like a table of information. When you read one of these, you read from left to top to the right. Okay? And it's going to make more sense what I just said as we go on. So the example we're going to use is AUG. So we have to start again with the left. So color the row that starts with A on this side. So that would be the third big old row right there. Color that whole thing green. Alright. If you didn't finish coloring, you can pause me and then you can start me when you're ready. Next letter is U, okay? And I said you go from left to top to right. So from the top, you're going to color the column that starts with U. And there it is, right here. So now we're starting to see some overlap. The overlap is happening in this kind of third group of boxes, right? So you should be got this yellowish green tint on those boxes. Now we're going to go from the right side. Now notice the right side is a repeating segment of UCG, 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 UCG. Okay? The whole point is that once you finish coloring, there's going to be one box. One box with all 3 colors in it. So we're not going to pick this first one. Oh, whoops. Because if I colored this G and I go across, there's only yellow and pink in it. There's no green. Okay? Then if I go to this box, I can't use it either because if I go across, there's no yellow and green. But this third group of UCAG, if I color that pink in, I get pink, green, and yellow, all intersecting in one particular box. So that's the one we're going to do. And again, the bottom one doesn't have it, so if I go across, it's just yellow. So, you've got one box that, what am I trying to say? That overlaps with all three colors, pink, yellow, and green, and that box is methionine. Sometimes you'll see it has an abbreviation, or in parentheses it says something like START. This is often the codon that tells the amino acid. It's a sequence in the the mRNA that tells you this is where the protein starts. This is where all of it begins. Sometimes there are also stop codons where they tell you this is the end of a protein. And notice, I think they're in the table, they say stop, right? Right there. And notice there's three combinations. So they could be U, A, or U, A, G, or U, G, A. Okay, it may be confusing at first, but with more practice it gets very easy. It's simple, it's consistent, it never changes. You read from left, top, right, and then you find the box that is in all three of those row or columns, okay? Alright, so that's the table. This is the end of this video, and you're going to need to start the next one for the wheel. And the wheel's, I think, even easier. I want to show you both of these formats because your star and your test may have both of the options of using a table or a wheel to solve and find the amino acids for a protein. Okay.